Well, we're getting down towards the end of this project now. Just the sharpening left. Actually, not left, but actually completed. Started with a reprofile on the grind. The Spyderco edge was a nice edge, but we wanted to drop the profile down a little bit. Went down to 15-degree bevel on both sides, 30 degrees inclusive. Started out with a 220 grit diamond stone, went to a 600 grit diamond stone, and then progressed up through, I think, what do we got here? 2 micron, 6000 grit on a tape strip. That was final finish on it. I'm going to go ahead and pull back now and strip the blade down and see what we have for final finished project here. The unveil. See what we got going here. Tape to protect the finish on the blade, but more than anything, really keeping any kind of grit and metal filings out of the pivot area. I get a lot of knives that come to me, including knives directly from the factory that have got grinding media into the pivot. The ones that have got nylon or some kind of phenolic spacer of some type. A lot of times it'll be embedded in those. Cold steel knives are very common for that. Tylites are one of the cold steel knives that I've gone through quite a few of them, and it's very common. They've got the white nylon spacers that they're just kind of embedded with that little fine shavings of metal. Here we're starting to get a little bit of the knife coming out finally. And do this reaching around the camera without cutting a finger off. Hopefully there's going to be a bunch of tape residue left on the handle. It's not too bad. Let's see if we clean it up just a little bit. Wish I had some Windex up here, but got a little bit of alcohol. We'll see what that does to it. Should take off the tape residue on the blade for sure. Nice rounded spine. A little bit of stickiness right back over here too. Couple more polishing tapes that I went through, and let's see if we can get a bit of a close-up on this. See what all we got going. Purple to blue ice to purple again, dark bronze, a little bit of beginnings of some purple hues here, and that beautiful rounded spine. See if we can see that stone wash finish. I don't know if that's coming through on the camera. You can kind of make it out on the viewfinder a little bit. Pull back just a little bit here. And see what we got from the fruits of our labor in sharpening. Start out with a push cut. A little bit of tape residue left on the blade. Looked like the paper was sticking to it in one spot right there. Probably not the best test after the tape. But got a little bit of tape residue on there. But see if I can wipe that off on my pants real quick. See if we can't get at least one good quiet cut through here. See what we got going on for the edge. Kind of hard to see that. And listen. Looks good to me. One more time here. I think I might have forgotten to mention the finish and get some close-ups. I'm going to see if I can. It's an orange peel finish, which gives it kind of an interesting reflectivity. Not sure if that's really coming through or not in the camera. There we go, maybe. Gives it a really nice texture. Oh, now that I'm looking at it in the camera, I need to flange out the lanyard tubes. Haven't done that yet, so that'll be it. Sounds like a little project for tomorrow morning. It'll only take a couple minutes to do that, but the orange peel came out really nice on this. Orange peel texture actually came out so nice on this knife that I went back to my daily carry knife and did an orange peel on my pocket clip. See if I can show you a comparison to a bronzed chromed pocket clip. Heat anno colors throughout. You can see that flat chromed surface finish underneath the bronze anodization, and then the orange peel texture. I'm hoping that the orange peel texture is going to help to make the pocket clip blend in a little bit, not stand out quite as much. But on the body of the knife, it definitely added some texture and some grip to the knife, which is kind of nice on the titanium side. Just finished today on the reconstruction build of another Spyderco military titanium. This one's going to be a Michael Walker liner lock. You can see the liner lock here. And then this is basically the sister knife to this knife, which I built probably about a year and a half ago, something like that. Recently did a Electro anodized finish on this knife. It's a half G10 bronzed hardware. And then little baby brother is the paramilitary down here. But this military build here, like I say, is the sister knife to the titanium frame lock earlier. Basically just going to do a reassembly on this knife, go over a couple of the components and what was done to them. All of the hardware has been bronze anodized, pocket clip also bronze anodized. The titanium scale side was done in a multi-electro anodized finish. A little bit of a pattern here, and we've got some purples going on, some bronze, some reds. I think you can see a little bit of blue, electric ice blue back here, transitioning into a darker blue, and then a purple, and then a bronze. And as we come around to the other side, kind of continuing the same type of a theme on here. The blade is still wearing the original Spyderco edge, but what we did on this one was we did a spine rounding treatment, which let's see if we can get focused in on that. Sorry for the interrupt there. That was a dinner call for steaks. I'm going to have to get down for that, but I do at least want to finish going over the rounded spine here. Rounding reduces it. It gets near the tip so that we can keep as much tip strength as we possibly can. This knife is a November 2012. Trying to get in here to show the stonewash finish there. You can kind of see the stonewash stopping right in this area so that the pivot and the ball bearing lock detent is still riding on the smooth area of the blade spine. See if we can get a little, there's some of the stonewash and the transition line right here. Well, Seahawks are up 17-10 against North Carolina, and dinner's done, so we're back here with some reassembly. Let's see, where are we at here? We'll be looking to go with the blade pivots. A little bit of Nanoscience firearms oil. A little bit of blue Loctite. little bit hard to do this around the camera and the tripod, but we'll muster through it here. Also did a bronze anno on the lanyard tube. Make sure we're not forgetting anything here. What are we forgetting? I don't think anything. The blade pivot doesn't seem to want to drop in, but figure out what's going on with that. There we go. Gonna make sure I get Loctite only to the sides of the threads on this one. Make sure we don't get any Loctite in the on the pivot washers. This is a orange peel finish that I did on the titanium here. A little bit of a smudge there. Let's see what we got for action here. A little bit of play. Snug that down a little bit. Check our blade centering. Looks pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and tighten up the pocket, or the scale screws into the back spacer. Don't want to over tighten these. It's only going into a aluminum back spacer, and it's only going halfway through that back spacer. Check our centering again. Looks pretty much spot on. And we'll set our pivot tension. There's a thumb flick, finger flick. I don't know if I can do a pinky drop from here. It's a little bit stiff right now, but let's see how we're doing for any kind of blade play. Zippo. No blade play in any direction. I'm going to loosen that up just a skosh. And what do we got left? Pocket clip. And then we'll be able to get back to the Seahawks game. Fourth quarter against Carolina, see how they're doing. Should be just about getting back into the game. Let this Loctite dry overnight and the pivot, and then we'll see what kind of action we got on the knife, if it needs any further adjustment. But right now this one's kind of looking probably just about done. Yeah, feels good. Got a little bit of a free drop. Zero side to side. Feeling good. Over, let's make sure we didn't miss anything. I think I got everything. Make sure we don't put any scratches in our new tie finish. And yeah, I'm liking it. Excuse me there, but nice rounded spine coming down. So see if we can get focused in on that. Bronzed hardware all the way around. Bronzed pocket clip. Got a stone washed blade. So we got kind of a little bit of a milli thing going on now. And what kind of a milli thing can we have without one of these? Tie milli fluted. Got the pocket clip off. We're going to get ready to start working on this knife pretty soon. Standoffs on the back side. She is smooth too. Might even be room for a pair. Yeah. There we go. Done.